This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Hi guys, welcome back to TNG Productions. My name is Tom and I'm joined by
Ian.
The wonderful Ian, and we're about to play some Walking Dead All Out War.
We are.
Now, rather than our crazy schemes that we do with our scenarios, this time we're going to play a traditional Walking Dead scenario between the Kingdom and the Atlanta survivors, but not the traditional Atlanta survivors.
The pre-Rick ones.
The pre-Ricks are kind of Shane and Andrew.
Yeah, very early in the apocalypse, you know, when you've got Donna in there, you've got Alan in there as well.
Basically, we're rummaging through the case to see which models that are painted that we haven't actually used yet, so we're trying to get the good variety. So we'll show you the crews in a second and we'll cut back. So these are our crews for today's 250 points battle report. We've got the Atlanta survivors, pre-Rick Atlanta survivors.
I know, yes.
Versus, I'm calling them the Kingdom plus Michonne, because the Kingdom only has 2 models at the moment.
Yeah. More to come, I'm sure.
Definitely. So we've got Ezekiel and Shiva, who just on their own together cost 100 points. They're quite pricey.
Very nice.
Ezekiel's got his Shikamizu weapon, which is interesting. There's a lot of synergy actually between abilities. He's got the ability, if he rolls a crit, he can then add a red dice to it. Which interestingly is the same as Michonne. She's got Michonne's katana, which if she rolls a crit, she gets to add a red dice to her damage. So they've got that in common. Interestingly as well, Michonne and Shiva have both got the ability to bounce from combat to combat. So Shiva's got something called Furious Assault, where if she wins combat, she can then move 6 inches into somebody else. Michonne has got a slightly weaker variant where if it's someone in her kill zone. I've equipped them pretty basically. We try and keep it as WYSIWYG as we can, but I've given Ezekiel a 9mm pistol with a silencer. He's got the fresh meat for Shiva to buff her. And I've given him a Cuban cigar just to re-roll one of his bullets if he needs to. Michonne's got her katana, as we said. She's got body armor to reduce any melee damage by 1, or any damage by 1, sorry. And she's got a keepsake just in case she needs to deliberately add a headshot to then get that extra red dice. So yeah, they're very much a combat crew. Very much a combat crew,
Yes,
which I'm hoping to make use of a lot of the terrain to kind of get around this.
Yeah, I've not gone for a combat crew whatsoever.
You've got the opposite. What have you got then?
Yeah, so I've gone for a, like you said, pre-Rick Atlanta crew. So these guys very early on the apocalypse. Shane is the group leader, and we've gone for the Atlanta camp leader for that. I've equipped him with a leather jacket because, you know, they're fantastic and we use them a lot and they're new. He's also got a gun. He's got the CZ82, which is built. Andrea is equal in points, 52 points, Ruthless Hunter. She is equipped with a rifle as well and ammunition in case we need it. We've got Glenn, who I think is a fantastic model for the Walking Dead scenario that we're playing today. I've equipped him with running shoes so he can get another 2 inches on his run.
It's lightning quick.
I know, if he needs it anyway. He's also got a stab vest on him because we want him to stay alive. If he runs around sweeping up these supplies, we've got to keep him alive. And he's got Glenn's knife as well, so that gives him an extra red dice.
Well, considering the amount of cover and barricades we've got, it's really valuable for him to be able to use that.
It is, because if he's fighting across a barricade, it actually is a blue dice as opposed to red.
Really good.
Well, which is great. I've also thrown in there as well, just because I've never used them before, Alan and Donna, who are obviously, if you've read the comics, husband and wife. There's a nice rule of blood ties between them as well, in that if Donna dies, Alan will gain an extra red dice to his melee attack for the rest of the game.
So what could your tactic possibly be then?
Well, given the cheapness of Donna, basically, if she dies earlier...
You're calling her cheap? How rude.
Well, you know, it's, 10 points. I'd go with those.
It's 10 points to give Alan a red dice, so you're basically going to cruise missile her, aren't you, into walkers?
It is like that, but also she can tie things up as well, if needed.
She's a very good nuisance.
Yeah.
Speaking of nuisances, Shiva, we'll see how she does in this battle.
Yeah.
We all know my disdain for the tiger.
Yeah.
But, big distraction.
Yeah.
So as Ian said, Walking Dead scenario, we'll show you the board and we'll cut back. And this is how we look as we line up for this typical game of The Walking Dead. Typical as in, we're just going for supply counters and kills really here. You've just said off camera you've got a loose plan. I
have, because I've got a nice number of players unlike you. I've got 5, which is quite big.
And I've just realised I've only got 2 who can actually search supply tokens because the tiger can't.
I'm at the advantage here, Tom. I've got to say that because all of mine can get the counters.
You've said this on camera now though, so this is...
I know, do you know what? I've pulled the mockers on me there.
It takes one bad event card to change it. We've got this battlefield, as you can see. It's kind of a city street we've tried to build here. 5 supply tokens dotted around. 17 walkers, I think, for the 250 points we've got
walkers.
out. I've deployed pretty spread out because I know you've got long range shooting, and I think I can see by your 3 at the bottom that you're going to try and cut that angle off. So
maybe. What I've done with mine is basically I want to split up into 2 groups because I want to get the tokens quick.
Definitely.
And because you've only got 2 characters that are picking them up, I can do that. Or
Yep.
at least I think I can.
So scramble for you to get the tokens, scramble for me to get Michonne and the Tiger across the board and into your survivors with their kind of bouncing mechanics. So I run the roll off, so I'll be going first. So we'll go for the first activation of turn 1, which will be Ezekiel's Kingdom Alliance. Okay, so we've got a slightly higher perspective here because we've got all this kind of verticality within the battle map. So for me, the Tiger, quite simply, is just going to make a... I mean, it can make noise because it is a beast, which is fun. But it's essentially just going to move itself with a run action just to there, just to pull in that walker's attention and then hopefully bounce to the other one in combat afterwards.
Doing what tigers do best.
Tigers do what tigers do.
Okay, so our first activation is with the lovely Donna, who is going to run past this walker, and then that is going to pull it into her like so.
Your suicide cruise missile of a woman just
Basically. Yeah, basically. That's what she's there for.
Michonne then, she's going to step up next. She's going to make a sprint action just round the corner here to... Actually, no, she's not actually going to go there, so she doesn't get shot to pieces, and it'll just pull the attention of this walker.
Okay, so now we're going to activate Glenn, who is going to make a pre-measured run action here to get him level with Donna. But he's got his running shoes on now. Obviously, if the walker comes towards him, he won't be able to use them. So let's see if he treads lightly, which he does, which is great. So the walker doesn't hear him, which is fantastic. Now, because of his running shoes, we can maybe steal another 2 inches here, which we can't do, which is unfortunate.
It's still like Usain Bolt just sprinting
He
across.
is, basically. I think those running shoes are made for this scenario, to be honest.
Over to Ezekiel for me. He's going to attempt to make a sprint action to around about this position here. However, he's going to have to make a climb action, and we always know those go well on the channel. So 50-50 dice. On a star, he's okay. On a fail, he stays there. Hey, he's absolutely fine. So he will continue his move, which gets him an extra kind of 1.5 inches to there. That does make noise, which will pull in this walker to come and investigate exactly what's going on there.
Okay, so I don't think the Atlanta crew need to hurry forward particularly, to be honest, because we've got Glenn over there who is running, but these guys over here are going to take things a little slower. I'm going to activate Shane first of all, who's just going to sneak into melee with that walker. He's not bad in melee, he'll get base white, but I'd like to be a bit more comfortable, so we're going to put Alan in there for his activation as well. And then the last activation for us is Andrea, who's obviously the main shooter, so she might just take a slightly better vantage point for next turn by doing a sneak action to there, making
there's a big
sure.
line towards Michonne that way.
There
we were
is.
just saying in the middle of the field, if you take the walkers out of the way, there's actually not much cover. So you having Andrea to kind of overwatch over that is a good move.
And she's in a much better position there than she was back there. So.
Definitely. So we'll go to the event phase and we'll see what happens at the end of the first turn. Okay, this is the picture as we go into the event phase for the first turn. And yeah, you've taken a very softly approach, whereas I've had to go hyper-aggressive.
I know. Well, you say I've gone softly. I have with half of the crew, and the other half have gone for a bit of a run. But, you know, see how it plays out.
You've had a walker kind of barrel its way into Donna, so she's already got 2 people to fend off here.
She is.
So draw an event card.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking from the top of the deck, we are getting Frayed Nerves, which on All Quiet is that one model with low nerve, chosen by yourself because you've got initiative, creates noise.
That'll be Donna.
It's got to be Donna,
so...
and it would make sense as well because she's already surrounded by 2 models.
Yeah, so she's panicking.
Definitely.
I think it's this walker here, so it will make a shamble move, which will go towards her, but I think because the gap isn't wide enough, it will hit Glenn first.
Glenn's like a little guardian angel, therefore, I think, protecting her.
Glenn can nimble away, can't he?
Yeah.
So we have got combat, so we'll add +1 to the threat tracker, which takes us up to level 1, and we will go to the combat next. Right, then we're going to start with my combat, so Shiva is going to start. She's going to attempt to just rip this walker to
I think
shreds.
she'll be fine with her teeth.
Blue and a red, you've got a blank. She gets 2, so she's only able to kind of push it away and knock it down. It's not great. However, she has got Furious Assault, which means that if she wins melee, she can then immediately move into base contact with a new standing enemy within 6. So she is just going to move into base contact with...
And that's the good thing about it, because you've actually advanced quite a bit up the board there.
Exactly, it gets her going. So she's going to attack this one again because we have to resolve this melee. So she's going to see if she can get killed this time.
1.
1. So it's a draw. Survivors win or draw. So she's not This is the thing on the channel. The tiger's terrible. The tiger is.
You
so
say
bad.
she's terrible, but she's almost halfway up the board though.
She is, but she'll just die in she'll become a carpet by turn 2. Ezekiel, though, on the other hand, he's got 2 because he's got his shikamizu or whatever you call it, his stick of death.
Yeah, we'll go with stick of death. That's fine.
So 2 white dice for that.
Blank.
He gets 2 with a headshot. He comfortably murders that.
Super. First kill of the day.
And then Michonne, she won't be able to bounce into combat with anyone else, but she's just simply got 2 blue dice against this walker here. That's a cocked dice, I'll re-roll that one. That's 3, so she successfully pushes it away and knocks it prone. I won't put it straight into the actual supply token there, because that would be foolish. But that's it, not bad for me there, and we'll go over to you.
Okay, so for the Atlanta crew, we're going to start with Alan and Shane, who are both base white. So let's see how they do. We get a 3, which
Come on,
is
Walker.
going to be good.
Can't beat it, but...
Yeah, lovely. So that's just going to be laid prone.
There we go.
Excellent stuff. Let's do Donna, see how she fares, because she is obviously
She's got
significantly outnumbered.
3 walker
And
dice
she
going
has to
against her.
defend as well, because she doesn't have a melee weapon and she's got no base melee dice. So her defense is a 2, which
That's
is
not
good.
bad at all. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat that with the walker.
Oh no, you are.
That is a headshot there as well. So
Oh,
that's,
it's 2 bites. She got bit twice. That's terrible.
Yeah, 2 damage with a bite.
Yeah.
So puts her down to 2 health.
Yeah.
And she's being nibbled, so that would push her away, but I think she's kind of trapped, so we'll just do that.
Super.
Glenn, do you want to see if he nibbles away?
Yeah, because personally I wouldn't choose him to fight actually, so let's see if he can get away. On a star he does, and he does, which is excellent.
So he will just move an inch, won't he?
Yeah, lovely. There we go.
Nicely done. So we will see if the walkers stand up and then go to the end phase. And here we are in the end phase of the first turn, and the walkers on my side of the battlefield kindly stood up, but your one stayed down there. But more importantly, Donna's taken another wound from her bite.
She's on to 1 health now, which is quite a precarious position to be in.
I imagine she's just going to tie up some walkers for before she inevitably dies.
Yeah, ultimately, yeah, that's all she can do, really.
But you've got activation priority for the second turn, so we will go straight onto that and see how the Atlanta crew do.
Okay, so I'm going to lay down the gauntlet now. I am with Andrea.
Your pacifist approach has gone out the window.
Well, it has. I thought we'll feel our way in with turn 1, but she is, after all, a ruthless hunter, so she's going to do something with a gun now because she's base blue for shooting, and then the gun that she's got adds a white dice. So she's going to draw a line of sight for Michonne. Obviously, you'll gain hard cover from the car.
Yep. So Michonne's got 2 red dice on defense normally, so she'll gain a white to help out.
I think that's pretty good defense, to be fair.
Hopefully, but they've all got blanks on. You've got the guaranteed damage on the blue.
The thing, isn't it? Let's see what happens then. So her shooting gets 4.
4.
It's not bad.
Oh dear. 4, which is okay, so I'm alright.
Not bad. The cover did its job for you then. Obviously that causes mayhem, so we need to add 1 to the threat.
That's up to level 2.
And then this walker is just going to shamble into this one here.
We've pre-measured basically this entire crew. So this one will go into the supply token there.
Yeah.
This will bop a wall.
That hits there.
However, you have issues here.
We do have issues here. This walker's just going to hit the car, which is fine, but this is probably going to tie up Glenn, and this one's going to tie up Donna.
So it does bring your activations down a little bit.
It does, but it's worth it to try and make a panic.
Calculated risk, but what it has done in the middle of the battlefield now is freed up some space, so see if I can take advantage of it. Michonne then, she's going to try some tricksy play, hopefully one might say. So she is going to move to this position here, and she is going to search this supply token, and she manages. Oh gosh, she's got a booby trap. She's found a grenade.
Oh, lovely!
And the grenade goes boom, which will essentially blast these 2 walkers and her. So the searching model suffers a range attack with white and red and the blast keyword. So I'm going to presume it just hits her, and I'm going to presume it won't scatter even though it's got blast. So you can roll the white and the red, mate.
I apologise.
3 damage, and I've got 2 red dice on my defense. She manages to survive.
She's doing well today, Michelle.
She's doing really well. However, it does cause mayhem, which puts us up to level 3, and will draw the attention of a lot of walkers. So these 2 will go towards her. This one will bash the fence. That one will bash the fence. I'm just going to double check with my tape measure to see if that one's within 10. No, it's not. That one isn't either. So I get very lucky there that I haven't pulled those walkers in. But it does mean Michonne is a little bit unhappy with the fact that a grenade has been found.
You would be a bit unhappy. Okay, so I'm going to pick the order of the activation very carefully because I know that Tom's still got the tiger to go. So I'm going to go with Alan here, who's going to just run through this little gap here and land here and draw the attention of this walker that's clearly eating something at the moment. And hopefully it won't eat Alan.
Ezekiel then, he's going to go next. He's going to use his commanding presence to roll a white dice to hold his nerve and reduce the threat by 2, knocks it back down to 1. And then he's going to make a sprint action, moving away from the tiger. I've already accepted the tiger's going to... I feel bad, I always belittle the tiger.
I know.
It will draw the attention of this walker, but yeah, I'm just going to leave the tiger to do tigery things and we'll see how it gets on as we go up to Shane.
Okay, so I had 2 options here with Shane because I was really tempted to come over here and have his gun cover all this area with the tiger's imminent approach. But I've decided against that, rightly or wrongly, and instead he's going to creep to here and help out Andrea because she's not bad in melee, but I don't want her to get...
You don't want 3 dice going against her.
Basically no. So Shane's going to go and help out, and if the tiger ends up barreling in, it ends up barreling in, and that's life.
We'll see what it does next then. Okay, Shiva for me then. She's got a 10-inch run because she is a beast. She is going to sprint right round the back here of Alan, isn't it?
Yeah.
It will make noise, which will shamble this walker just to this position here. But because we're going to go to the kill zones in a second anyway, I'm just going to move them.
Poor Alan.
Round there, which is a solid move for Shiva. So yeah, it's made noise, but essentially that's that.
Why do we be more frightened of a tiger or dead?
Well, the tiger has got an ability called literally tiger ! Enemy survivors within Shiva's kill zone treat their nerve as 1 level lower than usual.
Yeah, so now they're taking down to low nerves.
Yeah, so just as well I've kind of lowered the threat. Okay, I've got a feeling this is going to be a particularly brutal melee phase coming up now.
Particularly here.
Yeah, you'd hope so, but I think it's just... Luckily, you've got the priority action here, so you're thinking that maybe go Donna first to get the bonus.
Definitely. I wish this was Glenn, because if this was Glenn, I'd be laughing.
Yeah, it would be very, very good. So we'll see what the event cards give us then. What have we got, mate?
Okay, so taking on the top of the deck, we get +1 to the threat, the hunger. We're still in all quiet. The walkers suddenly stop. Nothing else happens.
They're busy enough, the walkers, with trying to munch us. So we have got combats that'll take us back to level 3, so we're on the cusp of low threat, and the Atlanta crew have got priority, so we'll go to their melee first.
Okay, so taking this tactically then, I've got to start with Donna, because it's the main reason that, as I said earlier in the video as well, that she is included is essentially that to die.
She's your red shirt in this crew.
Yeah, basically, yes. So let's see how she does. Donna fighting this walker here, rolls a 1.
On her defence, isn't it?
Yeah, he's on the defence, so...
Walker rolls a 1.
Yeah, so humans win, and she's pushed back. Right, Glenn is not going to use his nimble keyword, actually, because he would actually like to try and make a bit of space to get in here. So he's attacking with base red, but his Glenn's knife adds an extra red dice as well. And it is sharp, he rolls 2.
Walker rolls 2 with a bite, so it's just a draw again, so push the walker back.
And then moving down here, we've got Andrea, who is base 2 red, which
she
is
should
lovely.
be fine.
Oh yeah, she is fine.
She still gets the win there and the kill, so she'll take that walker away.
Excellent stuff. We've got Shane there fighting a single one. He's not got a weapon either. Well, he's got his gun, but we're not going to shoot. We're not that mad.
He's tasty enough with the white dice, though.
No, he is, to be fair. He rolls a 1.
And the walker rolls a 1, so he doesn't have to use his leather jacket yet.
That's always good. That's always a good thing. And unfortunately, Donna did not die, so Alan is just base white. I needed 2.
Who are you targeting for your attack? Are you going to target the tiger or go for
the I've got to target the tiger.
Okay.
Doesn't matter about the walkers, does it? He gets a 2.
So I roll the walkers first in case they get a bite.
Yeah.
So they've got 3 walker dice going into this. They get 3 with a bite. And then the tiger has got a blue dice and a red dice. So that is another 2 points. That would be 5 points of damage.
Yeah, subtracting the 2 there. Oh no, that's how
actually no. So I suppose no. Shiva, you rolled 2 against Shiva. Shiva rolled 2 against you, so that would be even. However, the walkers
scored the 3 points of damage.
With the bite as well.
1, 2. So that point down to 2 health. But he's bitten.
That is interesting. Now,
husband and wife are both bitten.
Shiva didn't technically win melee there, so it's a draw. So you're lucky that Shiva won't bounce into anybody else. So we'll just separate.
Shane, who's there well positioned for an attack.
Yeah. So basically, we'll just tie them up like this, and I think actually it's going to inform my next activation next turn of trying to keep Shiva away. So we'll go to my melee and see what happens next. Right, now over to me then. We're going to start with Michonne. She has got 2 blue dice thanks to her katana helping her out. So, it's not bad.
Yeah, very nice indeed.
So she has rolled a headshot, which means I get to add a red dice because she's got Michonne's katana. So just see if I get another headshot here to kill the other walker. No. So I'll take this one out of action and knock this one prone.
Still a very nice rule that though, isn't it?
Now she has got a follow-up rule. I was joking about teleporting kind of over the fence here and seeing if I can get it. She definitely can't do that because there's a walker and a fence in the way. Ezekiel, though, on the other hand, has got 2 white dice. He's going to see if he can deal some pain to this walker here. So he's going to
gets blank.
Rolls 3. It's not a kill again, but he does manage to push it away and knock it prone. So we will resolve those prone walkers and go to the end phase of turn 2. And this is the picture at the end of the second turn, and unfortunately you've got the wrong bite rolls.
I know. Well, husband and wife are both bitten, but it's Alan that has succumbed to the bite and he's down to 1 health.
Which is tricky. We've had the same thing with the prone walkers in the sense that they've got up on my side, but on your side you've still got a prone one there.
Rolling well there.
Getting lucky with it. But it's an interesting situation now that I've really got to be careful what I do with Shiva, because I've got priority, but I need to be careful about leaving her there, shall we say. So we'll go to the first activation of turn 3, which will be the kingdom. Shiva then, she was tempted to make noise, but unfortunately due to her big base size, this kind of old man walker will just go straight into her rather than tying up Alan. So she's going to make a run action round to this position here. Actually, she's going to go to that position there, so her base is mostly covered by the car, which will pull in this walker into Andrea. Just try and take away the big rifle activation.
Yeah. Look, she's my best character really. I know Shane may potentially have been as well, but I think she's my linchpin in this crew.
Yeah, so we're just going to tie up there, and that'll do for Shiva.
Okay, so I'm going to try and save Andrea now.
Crafty business.
I'm going to save it in what you might not think, because obviously we've got Alan and Shane here who probably look like they're in a better position to save her. But Glenn's going to come running back.
Glenn, the hero of the day.
Exactly. So with Glenn's running action, obviously his 8 inches would take him to here naturally anyway. But he has got these very, very nice running shoes, which could potentially give him another 2 inches. So let's see what happens with that. And he doesn't get them, which is a little bit disappointing there. So he ends up his run there, but we can see if he makes noise or not.
Yeah, it was calculated risk here. That if you would have got the extra 2 inches, you could have just chosen to make noise and pull it into Shiva.
Yeah.
But at least now you've got the ability to maybe dodge that out.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, definitely. So let's see what happens. And he doesn't make the noise, so it just stays there.
You've still got another action should you need it.
Does he need another action? I don't think he does really, because he's not got a weapon as such that he can use, so he's just going to stay there. And I don't particularly need the threat to come down either.
Yeah, no worries then. Okay then, Ezekiel for me, he is going to make a sneak action just to this position here, going into base contact with this car. He's just within 10 inches of Shane, so he's going to use his, I think it's a 9mm pistol he's got.
Very nice.
To shoot. So he's got a white dice base and then 2 red for his handgun. It has got a silencer, so we don't have to worry about noise, but it is reliable as well, so we'll see how we get on. So, 2 with a headshot so far.
Oh no, 2 damage.
So I'm going to see if I can spike. I'm going to use my Cuban cigar, discard this to re-roll any 1 dice from a ranged attack roll. So now I've seen that I've got a chance of piling on a bit of pain. I'm going to re-roll this red. Yeah, we're going to get an extra one.
Poor Shane.
So that is 4 damage.
4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're down to 2 health.
Now I do need to check my ammo, even though I don't make noise. So we're just going to check, and we're fine.
Lovely.
Luckily it's reliable anyway. So that wasn't a bad round of shooting.
That wasn't a bad round of shooting at all.
And we'll go back to you, mate.
Okay, so I'm going to try and rescue Andrea phase 2 after phase 1 failed. So we're going to go with Shane. I know he's just been shot at, and it's always tempting to return fire, isn't it? But the problem is I haven't got a silencer, and there are a lot of walkers around here, so I'm not going to give in to that temptation. And Shane is just...
You sound like you're coaching yourself.
I know, I am. I'm telling myself, don't do it. Don't do it.
Which battle report was it when you picked up the old gun and it was just like your whole activation changed because you were like, I've got a gun now, I have to use it.
I think that was the last battle report we did actually with Negan, wasn't it? It was Negan. So no, I've learned my lesson. Shane is going to run round to here, maybe not crashing the barricade, and in doing that, that causes noise, which pulls this walker here into Shiva, which is
will
excellent.
then split that combat.
Yeah, splits it lovely.
Michonne, she is going to make a sprint action just round here, just behind Ezekiel, just make sure she's a little bit closer to this walker than that walker, so she pulls it in with the noise that she's made. And my hope is then she'll kill it and then be able to bounce into the other walkers depending on what Donna does next.
Okay, so Alan then, obviously he's currently bleeding to death from his walker bite, but we're going to see what he can get. So we're just going to sneak round to here to make sure we don't get attacked by multiple walkers, and we're going to search as well. And when we search, taking from the top of the deck, we get a trash can lid. Excellent.
Oh, this is really useful.
It is. It's a melee weapon, and it adds a white dice to melee defense rolls against walkers.
That is really, really useful. So you can just defend here.
Maybe he'll survive. Maybe he'll survive.
Maybe, as long as the bite doesn't make him succumb. So that is the last activation. So we will do the kill zones and go to the event phase next. She's so forgettable, we forgot about how to record Donna.
I know, but do you know what? Let's see if she can make a memorable end for herself. She's actually going to run towards the supply counter just to find out what it is more than anything. I know she won't be able to get to it, to search it, because obviously that's going to cause noise, which brings this walker into her. But if she survives, she might get to search it next turn.
I like how we're talking like a sympathetic way, like, well, she's there too.
I know.
She survived far longer than you intended to.
She has. I could have done with the dying a while back in Truth Be Told.
That's the worst treatment.
I know, no, it is. It is very unethical, really.
Now we'll go to the end phase, we'll see what happens. Event phase even. And this is how we look in the event phase of turn 3. And Ezekiel's got 2 walkers that have bowed in towards him, which he's not happy with. Alan's got the 1. So we'll see what the event cards do.
Yep, so taking from the top of the deck, we get +1 to the threat, and it's Pandemonium.
So that takes us into low threat now.
It does actually.
Pandemonium's a nasty card.
It is, particularly for low threat as well. It is quite a lot going on. Each player rolls a blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers in a direction of their choice, and then white dice walkers enter play.
Well, so we've not got many eligible walkers, so we'll be alright. So we'll go for our blue dice then. I get to move 1, you get to move 3.
Oh, I don't think it makes much odds though.
And then white dice worth of walkers enter play, 1 will enter play. So we'll cut back once we've sorted that out. And this is how we look now. We've moved the walkers around, and I've put 1 into Andrea just to give her the outnumbered, so that's kind of what I've been intending for the whole thing.
To be fair, then I dittoed that with over here as well, with Walker Ronnie going into Michelle.
Yeah, and you've just basically moved these ones along, and I've put a new one on the left-hand side towards near where Glenn's facing.
Yeah, and if it comes down to it, this is now completely unguarded.
It is, actually. We've kind of flanked. Well, I definitely have anyway.
Well, I'm more or less where I started, actually, to be perfect.
It's because the tiger's there.
I know, it frightens me.
So we've got +1 to the threat against this combat, so we are on level 5, and I've got priority this turn, so we'll go and see if we can resolve the combat next. Right, we're going to start with Michonne in the hope that she kind of wins her combat and then can bounce and help Ezekiel. So she's got 2 walkers on us, they're rolling 3 dice, she's got 2 blue thanks to her katana.
Yep.
So she rolls, she's fine.
We find that.
I'm going to roll the extra red dice because of the katana to see if I can get the extra kill. I do get the extra kill, lovely. So she kills both of those walkers quite competently.
Efficient.
She has then got walkers within her kill zone, so she is going to bounce to here, which will essentially split that combat there, won't it?
That's very well played as well, to be fair.
So she's got her 2 blue dice again to take on that walker. She
you do win.
Doesn't kill it, but floors it, which I'm just going to push it there. And then Ezekiel, 2 white dice, see what he can do. Oh, he only gets 1 as well, so survivors win the draws, but unfortunately that's not killed it, which means I've got a walker kind of in the way.
Yeah. Do you want to do Donna up there?
Oh yeah, we can do Donna, can't we?
Yeah, so she's got to defend, and she gets a 1.
And the walker gets a 1,
That's
so
a draw.
tie. Let's do Shiva against Shane and Johnny Ron. I'll tell you what, we'll zoom around to your side and we'll do it from that angle.
Super, right, so let's start.
Do you want to go through your thought process of what we've just discussed?
I have gone through every possible outcome there because I was so tempted to have Shane shoot the tiger. But the issue with Shane shooting the tiger is it makes it more likely, basically, that you're going to bounce out of combat because Shane would have to defend.
And then I just choose to attack the walker.
I know.
Which I should win.
Yeah, well, you would win, and then you've got Glenn who's freestanding, and you've got Andrea, who if you barreled into her, you actually would have a tiger and 2 walkers to face, and that is a death sentence for anyone.
So we're going to start with the tiger and Shane, because I want to see if it does win, then I can barrel into Andrea or Alan.
Lovely.
So
I'm hoping that you don't win.
Shane's going to attack the tiger, tiger's going to attack Shane.
Yeah, and then the walker's got a red dice as well.
So if you roll the walkers separately,
well, the walker's the red one.
Oh, of course, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So we get 2. That's not amazing.
So I've got a blue and a red. 2, but I'm attacking Shane. So I do beat Shane.
Oh.
So
Poor Shane.
would
But
be
at
a
least there's
point-
no damage. That's the main. Oh, is the damage?
It would be a point of damage, I believe.
Oh, poor Shane. That takes him down to 1.
Actually, I'm not sure how this works. We'll cut off camera and we'll cut back in a second. And we've just consulted our rulebook. So the Walker adds to Shane's roll. It's not a separate party in combat, so it is just 2-2.
Yep.
So it's a draw, so Shiva cannot bounce away.
I am relieved, I'm not going to lie.
That is just as well. So we'll just create a bit of separation for them
Yeah.
here. However, interestingly, it would have made your shooting pointless again.
It would.
Because you cannot defend.
So you only had a red dice to beat, which would have allowed you to bounce as
Exactly,
well.
so actually you made a very good decision there. Andrea then has got
Come on, Andrea, let's see what
3
you
red
can
dice
do.
versus her 2.
Yeah.
Because I imagine you're attacking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, with the headshot.
Oh! What a roll!
So you've rolled 3, that
You
is
rolled 4,
4, so it's a point of damage and a bite.
I don't think I've ever played a game of Walking Dead where I've had
Triple
3
bites.
bites. 3 bites all on the same side.
She would get pushed away, but she'd be pushed into Shiva, so I'm going to push
Yeah.
the walkers back here.
That is a game changer. I need
Nice.
bandages from a supply counter or something.
You're using your supply counter.
I am. I did that very well last game.
Alan has got a walker to fight as well.
Yeah, Alan is going to attack. I know that he's got that lovely trash can lid, which could in theory make him definitely survive, but he's going to die anyway. He needs to kill something. So Alan's rolling his melee, which is white, and he rolls a 1.
Walker.
Oh,
the walker
no.
lunches
And do you know what? Technically, that would be a 4th bite, but he's already bitten. So you know,
the
off he goes.
walker bludgeons him and munches him, and he's
does.
replaced with a prone walker,
Oh.
which is somehow quite a deal.
But do you know what the irony is? I wanted Donna to die to make him better as well.
And he's actually died.
I know.
She doesn't get angry from this though, sadly.
No, she doesn't.
That's it, very interesting. So we'll go to the end phase, check the bites and the prone walkers, and cut back in a second. There's been some dramatic things just happened there.
Has.
Donna succumbed to her bite. She became
Did.
a prone walker and then stood up
I know.
immediately.
But you know, I would have still been feeling really confident at this stage if it wasn't for Andrea's bite. Because at the end of the day, Alan and Donna, they're a bit of cannon fodder, but Andrea is the linchpin of this team.
But luckily, she survived her bite, so she has
did.
not succumbed to it yet.
No, she did, which is good. What we didn't say on camera as well is obviously when Alan died, he's dropped that supply counter there, which is obviously what we're chasing in the game.
Interestingly, you've got priority going into this next turn now. The fact that I lowered the threat earlier is probably playing to your advantage
It
because
is.
everybody on your side now is got their nerve 1 level lower because they're all within Shiva's
Yeah, that's
kill
true
zone.
actually, because Glenn's high, Andrew's high, Shane's high, but now they're all effectively
Medium, but luckily we're still in low threat, so you're okay there. You've already said this, you're already planning it out. This is going to be an interesting first activation of trying to tie up the tiger and probably get yourself into a reset position.
Yeah.
I think luckily for you and unluckily for me is that Ezekiel and Michonne are kind of penned in a little bit.
Yeah, they are.
I think Michonne can get out, but Ezekiel's probably have to jump over a car. If
I'll be honest, I'm not looking at those, I'm looking at the tiger.
Just the big orange scary thing. So we'll go to the first activation of turn 4, I believe, which will be the Atlanta Survivors. It's an important activation, this one.
It is, and I've been umming and ahhing off camera there for ages about what to do, because I've invested quite heavily in guns. We've got 34 points of guns on this side, even more if you include the ammunition. But it just isn't, you can't warrant doing a shot, because whoever shoots is going to cause Andrea to get mobbed by walkers, which I just don't want to do, because even though she's bit, she's still got 4 wounds, which is good. So what I'm going to do instead, I want to take the tiger's activation away from it. So I'm literally going to have Glenn creep
Moonwalk in.
Yeah, basically, yeah. In he goes with Glenn's knife. Let's see what he can do. Just facing him the right way.
That's robbed me of an activation.
It has, which I think is probably the best thing I could do for you.
Definitely a good
Or
one.
for me, rather, not for you.
Ezekiel then for me, he's going to make a sneak action. Well, actually no, he's going to have to see if he can climb over this first, so let's roll a 50-50 dice. He doesn't, so he has to stand still, so that makes his decision for him for his move. He's just going to see if he can shoot this walker. So he's got 2 red and a white dice going against this lady here. She rolls nothing.
Blank.
He rolls 3. He does successfully knock her prone, which will do for now. No headshots, so don't need to worry about ammo for that. But I was hoping you could hop over and help Shiva.
Yeah.
Never mind.
My umming and ahhing has not gone away. So basically...
Doing tiger maths.
I know, I am essentially. So Andrea is just going to creep into melee here, just making sure there's enough space for Shane to get in there as well.
Last activation for me then is going to be Michonne. She's going to make a sprint action just to this position here. It's about as far as she can get, which will draw the attention of Johnny Rotten, who will engage her in combat.
Lovely.
So we'll go to Shane to finish off the turn.
Lovely, so it's a dead straightforward one for Shane now. He is literally just going to creep in here to make sure that we are going to kill the tiger.
There's going to be a lot of walkers that go into the tiger as well. It's going to go out in a blaze of glory.
Tiger killers, basically.
So we'll go to the event phase and see what happens next. Oh, Shiva. Shiva. Yeah, she's going to do very well to survive this.
She is. She's got a lot of dice to defend against her, hasn't
She has got a lot of dice that she needs to defend against. It's slightly worrying.
So, should we take the event card from the top of the deck?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Lovely. So we are getting Won't Stay Down, and we're on low threat.
I was really hoping for something that brought walkers on to kind of drag you away.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't mind moving walkers because I'd like to battle that one into Shiva as well. But you
Just
know,
to make sure.
Maybe I'm being a bit over the top there. I don't know. But we have got Won't Stay Down, which on low threat is for each prone walker we roll a black dice on a star they get up. So should we see how we do? This one is going to stay down. This one is going to get up.
Sorry, I'll grab this then.
Yeah, go for it.
This one gets up, and the last one who's been down for the whole game stays
down.
So yeah, that's +1 threat to the threat checker because there's combat, which takes it to level 6. And yeah, you've got priority here, but there's only 2 bits of melee to do.
Oh yes.
Let's see how we go.
Okay, so we're going to start our combat here with the poor tiger. I really want to kill the tiger. I know I might be slightly optimistic with 6 wounds, but I really would like to. So I'm going to roll for the 2 walkers that we've engaged first of all, and they have rolled a 2, which is fine. And then the survivors have got another 5 dice to pop in here, and they are rolling. I think you can survive that.
4, 5, 6, potentially 7 with the headshot then.
Yeah.
Shiva's going to declare she's attacking Andrea. It makes no odds, to be honest. But she gets 3.
Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 damage goes up to 4 because of the headshot.
With the sharp rule as well as the chance of an extra one.
So it puts me on 2 health at the moment.
Do I roll black dice for sharp?
Yeah, so 50-50 dice on a star, it'll do an extra point of damage.
Yeah.
Does do an extra point of damage. Shiva is on 1.
We were close, but we didn't quite get the kill.
Right, do you want to spread people out after that as you wish?
Kind of make a bit of tiger space there. And then we've got Michonne. Let's see how she does.
Yeah, so Michonne has got 2 blue dice. For hers,
I think she'll kill that.
She gets the headshot.
Definitely.
So she will kill it, which will take Johnny Rotten away. She's just going to check to see if there's any other people within her kill zone, which would be 2 inches. No, so she can't do her teleporting antics. But that'll do for her.
Lovely.
And at the end of turn 4, Shiva is barely hanging up. She's far away from Ezekiel with this healing chunk of fresh meat for her. However, I do have priority, so I could try and use her large base to my advantage here, which is kind of the plan, I think. So, prone walkers have stood up. Finally, that little lady at the bottom has got back up.
Yeah.
And
it's been about time.
It's an interesting situation now in the sense that you've still got some survivors going. I mean, Andrea hasn't succumbed to a bite again.
Yep, she's still on 4 wounds, which is good.
Which is very, very good. So I think we're going to have to see what exactly I can do here to try and mitigate some of the issues that I'm currently struggling with. So we'll go to my first action of the next turn. Okay, we're going to try and do this all in one go because I'm going to be super sneaky. So Shiva is going to make a sprint action kind of going around like this, and she's going to deliberately, pushing Shane there, she's going to deliberately angle herself there.
Damn that tiger.
Now the nearest walker is this one, which will move towards Shiva, but will then engage Andrea. So that will take your activations away.
That is crafty.
So I'm aware that there are walkers. These 2 should go into Andrea this time round. So I kind of want to pin Glenn in so that if he dodges away, he's going to potentially dodge into a walker. But I could put Michonne here next to Shane, but the problem is Shane's going to be...
He has a leather jacket.
Yeah, he's okay.
And it's good quality leather jacket.
It's a fine quality leather jacket. So Michonne's just going to walk in space contact with Glenn there. So just slightly to this angle, meaning he has to dodge that way if he wants to.
But you see as well, I have to do nimble alert for both of those attackers.
I think it's just one combat, isn't it? So you dodge away.
Oh yeah, no, you're correct. Yeah.
So,
yeah, all current enemies. Yeah.
I promise I really need to get Ezekiel into the action. So Ezekiel's going to see if he can climb over this.
Go on, Ezekiel.
No, he doesn't. So
He's rubbish at jumping, isn't he?
He is awful. He's got absolutely no hops at all. That will be his first action. His second one, then he'll just make noise and just go, come here. So you can try and clear that walker out the way in the hope of then being able to get stuck in. Because I would really love to kind of get the fresh meat stuck into Shiva. So that's all the activations this very short term. So we'll go to the event phase. Right, so we've had some walkers barrel into Andrea. She's got 3-on-1 at the moment, which
That's what I don't like.
very unfavourable.
I don't mind this so much, but it's the Andrew one that I'm
It's the Andrew one that's potentially quite nasty.
Yeah.
Ezekiel has obviously got the one he's fighting.
Yeah.
So, event card.
Okay, so drawing from the top of the deck, we get +1 to the threat, and it is Judgment Day.
Oh,
Have we ever had this on the channel before?
No, I've put this in the deck because it's basically like worse storms coming, so I thought you'd get excited seeing as you love
That's
storms
my favourite card, and I think you might have just trumped it now.
So we're up to level 7 now. What does this do then?
Oh, Tom. So, we draw another event card and resolve it, which is fine. But then on a black dice on a star, we do the entire event phase again, resolving the kill zone, and then another event card. Which is just beautiful, isn't it?
Okay, so let's draw another event card.
Okay, so taking from the top of the deck again, we get +2 to the threat.
Takes us into medium now. What is
Very
it?
nice. Do you know this threat tracker could go quite up quickly here? We are on medium threat, as you just said. 2 blue dice worth of walkers enter play, and are then each moved towards the nearest survivor.
What card's that? Is it The Walking Dead?
That is The Walking Dead, yes.
Right, so 2 blue dice, 4 walkers
Very
will
nice.
enter play. I'll be moved to the next survivor. Do you want to roll the 50-50 now and just see if
Yeah,
we've
go
got
on,
anything
yeah,
else
go
to
on
do
then,
as
yeah.
well? So, no. Okay, so
Part of me really wanted that to come up, to be honest.
we'll cut away, put the walkers out, and we'll cut back in a second. And this is how we look cutting back. I'm quite glad we haven't had that other event phase. I've put like 1 into Glenn and 1 into Andrew, essentially. So Andrew's all but dead.
Yeah, she is. 4 walkers on her. That's a lot of red dice, to be fair. And she's already bitten.
So she's going to get munched.
Yeah,
You've
she
cleverly
is.
put 1 into Shiva and 1 into Michonne
Yeah.
to try and split the combat.
To be fair, this is what happens as well when the game's in the corner of a board.
Definitely,
You
because
know,
the deployment,
Yeah.
we've tried in the last couple of battle reports to put more cards that brings walkers on, because
Yeah.
there's surprisingly few.
Yeah.
And actually, this situation now, we're going to split the
Yeah.
combat. I've got priority, so I get to split it, but I think
Very
I'm
nice.
kind of forced to just split the walkers and the survivors.
Yeah.
So we'll go to that next. Right then, so you can see how things have split here, and there's an awful lot going on. We've
There
got
is. It's one
Michonne
of our more
versus
complicated
Walker.
ones, would you say?
I think it's pretty complex, isn't it? Glenn versus a Walker,
Yeah.
Shiva versus Walker and Shane, and then Andrea with a Mighty Few, and obviously
Yeah,
you've got
far too
Ezekiel
many.
at the very top of the screen. So I'm going to start off because I've got priority, and I'm going to start with Michonne because I'm hoping she will be able to bounce into combat with Shane to pull him away from Shiva. So she's got 2 blue dice against a Walker. She gets 2.
Walker gets a blank.
Thank God she was successful there. So she will push this walker away and knock it prone. And then because Shane is within her kill zone,
Yeah.
she's going to bounce to this position here.
Cleverly done.
So that will split the combat, so we'll just pull them away there.
Yep.
I'm going to let you do Glenn next, mate.
Yeah, go on, Glenn. So Glenn has got his Glenn's knife, which has a red dice, and he gets a 2 and a headshot.
Yeah, he kills it.
Well done, Glenn. Well done.
So we're going to go over now to Michonne against Shane.
Yeah.
Because essentially I want to see how well she does here.
Come on, Shane. So Shane is base white.
She's got 2 blue, as we said.
Oh, got
okay.
rid off.
So that's 4 damage.
That's Shane gone.
Unless you want to use your
Oh
leather
no,
jacket.
of course. Do you know? I'd forgotten about that lovely leather jacket. I'm swearing. We're definitely spending that.
Okay,
Over we
so
go.
you use your leather jacket. I'm going to push Michonne away here because obviously she's won the combat. We'll do
Yeah.
Shiva versus the Walker because now
Yeah.
my hope is that Shiva can
I
then
think
bounce
you-
into Shane.
Yeah, I think you've saved Shiva there though by doing that.
I'm hoping then Shane can just bop her really. So the
Sorry.
Walker rolls 2 with a bite. Come on, Shiva. That's not going to be good enough. Oh, it is. It's
is.
a draw.
Very
Okay, it's
good.
not a win though.
But it's not a wound because she's only got 1 left as well.
No, but the problem is I was hoping I could bounce into Shane there.
Yeah.
Andrew
I
there.
think you've been a bit greedy there. I think that's not bad for you, that, to be fair.
So 1 for the first Walker, 2 for the second, 3 for the third. We've only got a red dice. 4
I've got 2 here for you.
for the fourth. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice.
You're only taking 4 wounds here, maximum. So
yeah.
Andrew rolls a 1, so if you
One.
want these dice.
Yeah, that's...
I'm feeling you've got 4 wounds
I
there.
think that's probably enough to munch her.
Oh.
So she will get replaced with a prone walker. So we'll just push these guys away so there's room for her. And pop that there. Ezekiel is still in the action. He's still
Ezekiel's played his own game, basically.
He's just kind of chilled out,
In
hasn't
fact, I think Ezekiel's the only person playing the aim scenario to get the tokens.
he? He hasn't picked any up yet, as we've shown.
Oh, has he not? He's shown that's got it. Fair enough then. Fair enough.
So 2 white dice.
Blank.
He gets 1 success. So annoyingly, again, you're not getting many other kills here. He'll successfully push the walker away an inch and knock it prone. Annoyingly, it's still blocking his path. This truck is kind of in the way.
Yeah.
But that'll do for this turn. It's not bad at all. We'll go to the end phase. And that could have ended far worse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of walkers now in that bottom left corner where the carnage has occurred, and I think Shiva and Shane are in a lot of trouble because they're penned in.
Yeah, there's 8 walkers here penning them in essentially.
It's this bad place to be. Ezekiel might be the most clever man actually to stay away from all of this stuff.
Like, you lot fight, I'm just going to hang out
You
over
get
here.
stuck in, you guys be aggressive. So Ian has got priority as we go into the next turn. We've had a couple of walkers stand up and 2 by Ezekiel have stayed down. So we'll go to the first activation the next turn, which will be the Atlantis Survivors.
Okay, so I've decided the aim for the game for me now is essentially to kill the tiger. So
That's been the aim of the game all the way through. Don't pretend this is a new
but
target.
I really want to kill the tiger now. Not just slightly want to kill the tiger, but I really want to kill it. So Shane is going to use his CZ82 and he's going to fire at the tiger, causing a lot of mayhem. And when he does that, he gets a 3.
Oh, tiger's got a white and red on its defense. It gets 2, so you do 1 point of damage, which is enough to kill it.
There we go. There you go.
Mission has been successful.
That's possibly a success, but now we've got a lot of mayhem that's going to happen, and a lot of walkers are going to move, I think. So we've got to add on to the threat for that shot.
That puts us up to 11 now.
Lovely. And now, come on, tell me how we're going to do this. So that's going to go into Glenn. That's going to go into Glenn.
I think these are all going to barrel into Shane.
Yeah.
Aren't they really? Like, they'll go where they can, but essentially we'll sort that out. So these ones will also shamble.
Shane's basically committed suicide.
I think Michonne is essentially just going to run far away.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
These ones will hit into the barricades here. Doesn't affect these prone ones because they're prone.
Yep.
Ties up Glenn in combat. Shane is... I don't think we have enough red dice. I might have to open another bag of dice.
Well, to be fair, he's only got 2 wounds left anyway.
He'll be fine.
Interestingly though, Glenn is still on full health.
And Glenn could dodge out of this and be absolutely fine.
Could.
Yeah, we'll go to Michonne and Ezekiel and see what they do in response.
Lovely.
Right, so I'm going to try and do both my activations quickly now. Michonne is just going to sneak away because she's just going to wind up with her katana essentially and just kind of prep. There's no point in her going into Glenn because Ian will decide the priority for the combat, so he will just basically make Michonne fight first so she can't teleport into him with his nimble. Ezekiel is going to make a run action to here, which will pull this walker. It's the nearest one that's eligible. He's going to search this supply token and he gains some football pads. That's what Ezekiel needs.
It is. I think he looks very good in the
Very, very snazzy. So he's taking less damage from melee attacks now. However, I think that's it. I think Shane is on his last rites at this stage.
Here we go.
We'll go to the event cards and see what we draw. So we haven't really needed to do kill zones. We know there's just a massive ruck of walkers around Shane, so we'll do our best to find dice for him.
To be honest with you, with 2 wounds left, I bet you could roll half the number of dice and it'll be fine.
Probably. So what have we got then, mate?
Lovely. So taking from the top of the event deck, we get +1 to the threat, and it is too quiet. This is nice, easy one to resolve actually. Because you're in medium threat, the groans get louder, and we add another 2 to the threat, which actually puts us into high for the first time.
Puts us into 14, and because there's combat, we're into 15.
Yeah.
Which I think probably suggests we've probably got 1 good turn, maybe left.
Presuming I survive.
Presuming that, so we'll go to the combat and we'll see what happens next. So I've laid out all the red dice we have, and we're still 2 walkers worth short. So there's an extra 10 dice that need to be added to this.
If I still had the leather jacket at
it
this
would be
stage,
the ultimate tanking.
It really would, wouldn't it? It really would. Instead, I have a solitary white dice.
You'd be fine.
I know. Well, let's see what he gets. He gets 2.
He goes out swinging.
He gets 2.
So I don't really know how. There's logistically rolling these dice.
I just drop them.
I think it's probably the best thing to do, isn't it? So just. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to re-roll the 10. Let's re-roll the blanks anyway, just for...
I don't think he's just bitten there, but I think
he's just had a bit of a nibble.
Yeah, I think he's just eaten.
You're welcome in the comments to tell me how much damage that is, but I think...
It's too many.
Probably done enough to munch him.
I would say so. Poor Shane.
This is the thing, I've got to find the Walker Shane miniature now, haven't we? This is someone who's actually, we've got a miniature for, so I'm going to dish those out. Here we go. So...
Poor Shane.
Prone Walker Shane is just going to get munched and we'll just scatter the walkers around. Glenn?
I'm impressed there's anything left of Shane to actually reanimate.
To be fair, yeah.
You know, that's something. Glenn is actually going to try and fight, sod the nimble. Let's just see if we can kill something. Because he gets 2 red dice, and I want to try and get a death.
And the walkers are rolling 3 red dice.
Yep, certainly do. So we get 2. Now, I'm going to be dead crafty and use my stab vest and ask you to re-roll that one.
That one there. So you've currently got 2, so it's a draw at the moment.
Blank.
3,
takes
so
damage.
it's a point of damage.
Never mind. Still better than being bit though.
But what we'll do is we'll push the walkers away so you've got room to operate.
Yep.
So we'll go to the end phase and check the prone walkers, and then it's my priority going into the next turn.
Super.
And as we go into the end phase, you can see that a couple of the walkers have stood up. Walker Shane has. I don't think Glenn's realised that Shane has been munched yet.
No,
I think he'll just turn around and see.
Yeah, he's been a bit preoccupied, hasn't he?
He'll just see him over his shoulder. So I've got priority as we go into what we think is probably looking towards being the last turn here. And we'll hopefully see what Michonne and Ezekiel can do, because Glenn has just got to run far away.
He does.
Okay, so we're zooming in to try and see if we can get all this done in one activation. Michonne is just going to make a sneak action to there. She's just deliberately going to essentially tie. Actually, she's going to go just a little bit more towards that walker. Just to make sure Glenn can't escape.
I know, because basically Glenn is surrounded here, isn't he?
Yeah, there's no gap for his base to get through.
Yeah. So...
Zeke is just going to run to there, which will pull that one in.
Yeah. Glenn is just going to try and go out fighting, and he's going to charge into Michonne.
Of course I jumped ahead there, what a cheat.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it will have influenced the outcome of the game in any way.
So we'll go to the event cards and see how we do. And as we go into the event phase, we can see Glenn has attracted a horde of walkers. It has split him and Michonne up, with Michonne facing 1 and Glenn facing 5.
And one of which is his old friend.
One of it, he has now noticed that Shane is clawing after him. So what have we got for the event card, mate?
So we've just pulled out roamers, and because we're in high threat, each player rolls 2 blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers in a direction of their choice, and then blue dice walkers enter play.
Okay, so I roll 2 here, I get 3.
Lovely, that's
well,
definitely the end of Glenn. And I'll be doing 2.
No problem, so we will do that and cut back in a sec. Cutting back then, at the risk of prolonging the game for the sake of things, we've just basically moved a few walkers away.
We have.
Because I'm going to go first with Michonne. She's hopefully going to win. She's going to jump into Glenn and pin him in so we can't use this nimble.
Glenn.
So we'll go to the melee phase, add in +1 to the threat, see if we can wrap this up. Okay, we're going to start with Ezekiel because he's constantly trying to see if he can beat this single walker. He's got
nemesis.
2 whites.
And there you go.
What a good way to wrap things up there.
It is.
Michonne then, she's got 2 blue dice against the walker that is here. Walker rolls blank. Michonne doesn't kill it but pushes it away.
Super.
That will allow her to then use her follow-up. She's going to follow up into Glenn here to take his nimble away from him. So,
Poor Glenn.
Glenn's rolling what?
2 red dice because of his knife. And he gets a 1.
Michonne's going to go first. She gets 2.
That's a wound on Glenn.
However, don't worry, I've prepared in advance. You just said this is laughable compared to what Shane had to do.
It's nothing this. I think Glenn could survive.
The walkers, they do enough of a job to finish him.
There he goes. There he goes. Poor Glenn. He was only after supplies from Atlanta.
Now, Michonne has basically screwed herself over now. She's got to run away, but we'll presume her and Ezekiel can leg it.
Yeah.
And we'll call it there. So, handshake on camera, mate.
Well played, my friend.
Good game. And we will go to the end game summary. And we are back, and that had the sense of kind of like one of those grindstones. Their corner of the battlefield was hugely
Some of my
important.
models didn't leave that quarter.
You deployed?
Yeah.
How much of a distracting force was the tiger then?
I've decided I don't like tigers. that is what I've decided.
I mean, you took it down in the end though.
I did take it down in the end and took a model victory for that as well.
Definitely. I mean, I bashed tiger quite a lot because I think its melee should be better than it is. But It is a very expensive distraction. Now, if it doesn't get killed by shooting in the first 2 turns, then it's a massive issue for your opponents.
Yeah, I think I said off camera, if I was to play that game again with those identical crews, I would just deploy so that I could cover as much of the battlefield as possible
and just pepper it
and take it down, or at least wound it.
I think the important thing as well, that's all of the bigger deep cut studios, Matt. You imagine on the small Mantic ones, the Tiger's getting to you within like 2 turns, especially that 6-inch bounce.
Yeah.
It's not like Michonne's restriction of it has to be within the kill zone. It's just if there's an enemy within 6 and you place yourself, so you can place yourself the other side of the 6-inch enemy.
I think in the first turn as well, you'd progress almost to the halfway line with it as well. It was really, really rapid.
It was this idea of trying to, that's the trick I've learned in the past, in the idea of like trying to cover yourself with as much cover, not only where you're attacking, but the person you want to attack second, so that if your opponent goes next, they can't just shoot you off the board straight away. That was a lot of Walker dice went into Shane.
It was.
And Andrea, to be honest. The Walkers did all my work for me.
They did. But you know, that was the nature of the game, wasn't it? It was. I think there was a couple of event cards that helped there as well, but poor Shane.
I know, that Judgment Day event card is...
I love that card.
Can you imagine the event phase?
That's now my favourite card. It used to be there's a storm coming, but that has taken it now.
It's so powerful. But I think that's a very good example of taking a crew that is very much a beta crew and forcing the other side to fight a beta match when they don't really want to, because actually your crew were fantastic in terms of Glenn being used in that.
I was really pleased with the crew that I put together.
Donna not dying.
Yeah, I know if she died early, Alan will get another dice, maybe survive, who knows.
But definitely give those guys a go and let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll be back for, well, we can't tell them yet, but we've got something very exciting coming up. So we'll be back for more Walking Dead in the future. So have a good day, guys. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching our content. It means the world to us. If you'd like to see some more videos, they should be over here. And if you'd like to support our channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. See you later.